Well, the arts have been a very important part of my life.
I am Nicole Anderson. I'm President and CEO of Business for the Arts, and I'd like to welcome you to our awards gala tonight. If I was to have one superpower, what would it be? Oh my goodness. I would love to dance like the dancers dance tonight. I really would. To be able to dance on my tippy toes like that would be incredible. That's a superpower. I really think that's a superpower. Don't you? So many people. That's a very tough question because I was just thinking about this the other day actually. There are so many women in my life, you included, who I feel inspired by all the time. And I was thinking about something that Christine Stewart wrote about in a book called Our Turn. And she said, if you notice any successful women, not to say that I'm successful, but she noticed a pattern in successful women that they always bring very strong women around them who they know will support them and sort of have their back. And so I have so many friends and mentors who are women who I really look up to. I can't just pick one. The arts have been such an important part of my life. I think from the age of 3 was the first time I started playing the violin, and played the violin and sang in a choir and did ballet, and so I have to say it was my mother in particular who got me started in that world, and she's also very involved in the arts herself, so it's just always been with me. It's been like food.
My name is Rawji. There was the video tributes that I worked really hard on with the CFC, and Gillian Smith said something. She said, Irfhan brings people together and she gets excited by the creative alchemy that can come out of that. And so for me, bringing everybody together to celebrate some of Canada's most top talent and creative minds it's just that philosophy in itself that has excited me. And I think, we all, every single person has really contributed to that. I think you know the answer to this. Well, you know what they say about assuming. So when I learned that Peter Herndorf didn't know he was presenting the Peter Herndorf Award, I think I had a heart attack or something happened, physically that may lead up in my older years, that was caused because of that heart attack. But what was great is Peter didn't know that he was going to be presenting. I assumed he was presenting because on the run sheet it said Peter's bringing his own script, and I didn't want to bother the Jim Flex and the Peter Herndorfs. And perhaps I was intimidated by them too, but nonetheless we flipped it around and everything worked out and everybody's happy. So why do I love the arts so much? There's so many reasons why. It's, to me, food as well, so I could echo what you said, but I think about, on a micro level, what contributes to a healthy person, physically, mentally, in every which way. And I've seen so many people go, completely different paths in their life coming from a small community. I find that the people that succeeded and then the communities that have then succeeded was because of the arts, because artists and the creative nature of things really contributed to a healthy community, and that drives me, is the micro decisions that we can make that impact individuals that could then impact a macro community, country, nation, world. So I think the arts can do that.
My name is Jennifer McIntosh and I work for Sun Life Financial. I work for Sun Life Financial, and we have a long history of supporting the arts in Canada. And it's always wonderful to be recognized for our support of the arts. So I was exposed to music and arts at a very young age and always kept an interest in the arts, and so I feel very fortunate to be able to work in the arts, be it in a corporate setting, but it's always been a passion of mine.
My name is Irfhan Rawji. That's a good question. If I could have one superpower, I think it would be the ability to see the future. I think that would allow you to sort of be able to plan the present a lot better than I currently do. The person I look up to is usually a tough question to answer, I think, for many people. For me, it's easy. It's Jim FLAC. He has done so many things in his life. He's been an entrepreneur. He's been a public servant. He's been a charitable leader. He's been a professor. He's done everything that I think you can do in one's career, but most importantly, he's been a mentor to a lot of people. He's had a massive impact, not just because of what he does, but because of the impact of those that he has mentored. And I think that's really interesting. I look up to that and I try to mimic that wherever I can.
My name is Jim FLAC, and it's a pleasure to have been here with you tonight. The other great gift that I've had is to meet so many creative artists and also to see them rise and fulfill and grow. I mean, that to me is the most fun, to see young ones develop. Someone I looked up to Bill Davis, who I worked with at one time. So he would be one example of that. I look up to people that lead, take risks, achieve great things. And the arts just broaden you out. You can't take anything for granted. You know you're going to be looking at things in a different way, and it can help develop your ability to be imaginative, to be creative, to be to stimulate others. These are all qualities that we want in our economy and in our country, and the arts helps develop them.
My name is Kain, and I'm the Artistic Director of the National Ballet of Canada. Oh, it's a huge honor. Anything with the word business in it and my name attached to it, it just feels sort of weird and wonderful because I'm an artist and I have no expertise in business, and I'm running a huge corporation, and it all seems kind of amazing. But of course I'm surrounded by a lot of very smart people who I listen to, and I guess that's why we've been successful. The hardest part of being me, well, I have a lot of strengths and a lot of weaknesses, and so the weaknesses just sometimes interfere with me being at my best. That is, I'm very sensitive and I cry easily. I care about what other people think too much. I have those kind of human. I worry. I'm a worrier. That's the worst. I'm a big worrier. I'm better than I used to be, but those are kind of character flaws in certain jobs. I try to always, I try to be kind. I think that everybody has things they struggle with, whether they're an artist or a business person or anybody on the street. We all have struggles, and even people who have great success and look like they have a wonderful life, they still have struggles. And I try to always see things from the other person's point of view and understand their strengths and their weaknesses, because we all have them.
I'm Tim Jones. I'm the CEO of Artscape. You know, being recognized alongside the Daniels Corporation is a great honor for us. They've been one of our most amazing collaborators over many, many years. And we've worked really hard to figure out how can a private company and a not-for-profit organization working with the community and a public housing agency, how do you put that together in a way that everyone wins? And so the recognition that we've not only put it together, but created a situation where many people can win is something that I'm really proud of. Community means so much to so many people. For me, it's about people coming together, sort of identifying what are our common interests, what are our common dreams and aspirations, and how do we bring them together in community. That's what community really means to me.
My name is Kiki Delaney. What does this award mean to me? Well, you know, it is just a tremendous honor to be recognized for something that you really love to do. I mean, I am just a huge fan of the arts. I love the passion, I love the creativity, and to be able to do things with people who are engaged in the arts is just a great privilege for me. If If I were to have one superpower, I would like to be able to see into the future. Given what I do for a living, which is invest other people's money, if I could see the future, that would help me immensely. What is the hardest part of me, of being me? You know what? I think I really have to say what is the best part of being me. And the best part of being me is I have a great family, I have fantastic friends, and I have a career that is endlessly amusing.
Marcin Blake, Vice President of the Daniels Corporation. So for us at the Daniels Corporation, it's about building communities. And when we think about how people are going to live in the communities, how people are going to interact with one another, the arts is something that brings everybody together. And we love the fact that in creating a community, we're creating ways for people to have forms of expression, for them to celebrate things. It really is the heart of a community. For us, I think it's an opportunity to kind of pause and just see how much of an impact that the spectrum has had on a community. Just listening to Mustafa the poet tonight, knowing that we are affecting people every day. So I think for our company, I think probably for Artscape as well, it just gives us that opportunity to reflect on just how this has had an impact on our community, but also the larger Toronto.